Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. Today I have something really completely for fun. I was talking with my older brother about like listicles and top 10 videos and how it's something I don't really enjoy making because it's like really tough to do in a game like MCOC. And he was like, why don't you do something just for fun? Like 10 champions you'd bring to a party. And I was like, you know, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. And I got really into it. I've spent a lot of time just like thinking about this. So I finally sat down. I chose like my top 10 champions that I would love to bring to a party. You know, if you only care about the list, that list will be in the description below with like kind of short notes on my reasons why. But up first at number 10, I have Diablo. Now, the reason I have Diablo is you know this man was a bartender as a side hustle. Like before he became Diablo, brewer of potions, experimenter, alchemist, extraordinaire, you know he was making some wild drinks. I'm just saying, some of the craziest drinks that have probably ever been made, probably made by Diablo. You know, the Long Island iced tea? Probably made by Diablo. So I was talking about, you know, like really good people to bring. You know, you might be in for a pretty crazy night, but hey, he'd be a good one to start off. At number 9, I have AntMan. This is mostly because I'm a Paul Rudd fan. I just really like the movies he's in. I think he's really funny, very entertaining, but also like he is your average man with a superpowered suit. So I feel like, you know, he's down to earth to a degree, very humorous, would be kind of chill to hang out with. You know, and you know, you're not like feeling like you're trying to meet up to a certain standard of a hero or anything, because I'm just a regular guy, you know, so I'd be going to a party with, you know, at least a semi-regular person. Next up at number 8 is Falcon. Now, Falcon may be super weak in the game, but his personality is really chill, you know? And I feel like, you know, I wonder how many times I could tick him off just by, like, walking up to his left and being like, hey, I'm on your left, before, you know, he flipped out on me or something. But I think he'd be really chill to just go to a party with, hang out and talk. You know, you'd have, again, another regular person to be there with, and I think that would be a really good time. Also, like, you know, he's got a lot of really admirable traits, so hopefully we see more of this guy going forward in the future of Marvel movies. At number 6 and number 7, I actually have these two together. It's Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. While they both are very independent and would make great companions to a party independently or separate of each other, these two are like your definition power couple. If you are going to like an elegant or a graceful level party, or you know, one of like the higher class things, these are the two people I think you want to bring. You know, they got that intelligence, that wit, they've got you know, strong family values, etc. And I feel like they would be able to handle themselves in that kind of an atmosphere very well, and just be able to keep up. And I think, you know, it would be really cool, you know, to be in that kind of a social setting with them. Next up at number 5, I have Starlord. Now, Starlord, man, he's just so funny. I mean, he's kind of human, right? He's quirky, and you know, we know he can take a drink for sure. I mean, he grew up with Yondu, so there's no way he can't handle his drink. But also, more importantly, if you were hanging out with him, he'd have half the room laughing their asses off, and he'd have the other half of the room ready to punch him in the face. Either way, you could sit back and enjoy. I would be on the side of people probably ready to laugh my ass off, but you know, it is what it is. Next up, number 4, I have Domino. Now, Luck is a superpower, and she's a badass. I think that's enough said, right? But seriously, at a party, you know, you need just a little bit of luck to have a good time sometimes, and Domino, she brings that in spades. As long as she's keeping the unlucky atmosphere away from the party, everything's okay. But I think that if she's attending the party, it'll be luck in favor for everybody, and that's a good time for sure. At number 3, I have Captain America, and I'm talking regular Captain America, pre-Infinity War trauma, because there's enough trauma here from his like struggle of being frozen, etc., but not so much trouble that he would bring the mood down, you know? And you know, Captain America, he's the kind of guy who'd have your back if things went south. He'd be able to hold his own if you had to, you know, find yourself at a random bar fight or situation, but honestly, he'd probably keep you out of the bar fight to begin with, and probably keep you on your toes, as well as keep the language down. you know. Definitely no swears getting past this guy. So overall, a good time, I think, for a nice, wholesome, regular party. Next up at number 2, I have Colossus. Colossus is the best friend you don't deserve. I mean, Deadpool did not give this man enough credit. I just feel like Colossus is just such a good guy. Surprisingly, a really wholesome guy. And you know, one of the best perks about Colossus is if you're at a party and it's going crazy, he can hold the whole keg up. I'm just saying, I know a lot of people can, but Colossus could definitely do it. But more importantly, as my wife has said, Colossus is the friend where if everybody's passed out, he would make sure everybody had a blanket and a pillow. Just make sure, they're sleeping well, maybe got some water. That's Colossus. He's the mom friend for sure. And you know what? That's a really good person to bring out with you. Definitely the kind of friend you would want to, maybe hit the town up with. And then finally, at number 1, many of you probably won't be surprised by this, is Black Widow. I'm a little biased, I'll admit. Black Widow is by far my favorite Marvel character. I just really, really love her lore. But just watch Black Widow. Watch her in any of the Avengers movies and tell me she wouldn't just kick ass in any party environment. I mean, even in the movies, in every single social setting, she just dominates. She just owns the moment, And that's the kind of person I'd love to go to a party with. Someone who just absolutely makes it phenomenal. So that said, I know this was really fluffy, really light, but it was a lot of fun to make. I definitely have plans to make relatively similar content at some point in the future. It was just a lot of fun to take a step back from the serious videos, the guide videos, the progression videos, and just focus on something a little silly. So if you have any ideas of listicles or top 10s or something silly, but keep it relatively PG, I'd be definitely interested because this was fun. This was a lot of fun. So that said, I'll talk to you all